Now I'd like to welcome the show to talk about probably it's right up there my two favorite games in the world, hockey and basketball, Mr. Andrew Parker. Andrew, how are you doing tonight, sir?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you doing?
Well, I'm good. Where's basketball? I mean, you're a guy, you've played basketball here your whole life. You moved around to Europe, and I want to get into that. You're now coaching here in Edmonton, but where is basketball at, in your opinion, in Edmonton and region right now?
It's actually basketball in Edmonton's taken off tremendously this year. From what I've seen at the Alberta Provincial Championships for the high school basketball just this weekend, a number of coaches at the CIS and the ACAC and the NCAA were there to scout players from Alberta specifically. If we traced it back maybe 20, 25 years ago, it'd be hard to find any NCAA coaches up here looking for talent. So I think that basketball is in the best place it's been in a number of years.
Yeah, so why is that? Why I don't know if sudden's the right word, but why the dramatic increase of talent here in Alberta?
I think it started when a few of us started to go down to the United States, Steve Sir, Jermaine Buckner, and I think it also it started to show because of the success of programs here in Alberta, McEwen being one of the top teams in the ACAC, and U of A Golden Bears playing exceptional basketball against a number of NCAA teams. Starting from, I want to say, my brother's year and then carrying over into my year and Alex Steele's year, and now with Jordan Baker and Joel Friesen and all these guys over at U of A right now being coached by Barnaby Craddock, you can just see that a number of people are noticing that there's tremendous talent here, and now they want to see who's the next best kid in the city and in our province.
Andrew Parker joins us here on the Strudwick Show talking basketball. We're going to talk about his tournament pride of the Northside a little bit. But, okay, so, you talk about the talent. But talent without a good coach is just basically a ball of clay. So, how and why has the coaching improved in Northern Alberta to develop these talented players that you speak of?
I think a number of people are responsible for that. Paul Sir, being one of the major guys, bringing the Center for Performance at Basketball Alberta and involving a lot of incredible basketball players and coaches, Dave Youngs and Jermaine Buckner, Steve Sir, myself being involved with just promoting via social media. I just think that overall our coaches are getting a lot more exposure and they're getting more involved with the game, and also having former players who played at an elite level professionally and at the college level in the States and Canada. That's what's led us to having this good coaches, and we understand the players' perspective, and we're not going to allow these new players fall through any of the cracks that would have not helped them be successful in the game.
Andrew, after a successful high school career and a very good university career at the University of Alberta, you went on to play in professional leagues, and you went to Germany, Brazil, France, and the United States. Now, what was it like playing basketball in Brazil? Well,
first of all, Brazil is one of the most beautiful countries I've ever been to in my entire life. In terms of people, I never really got the sense of any type of racism or, hatred or anything like that. People were so kind to me everywhere I went to. And the game itself was very physical. It reminded me of my basketball, street ball playing days and some of the times I used to play at the stadium where you'd have to take a hard foul sometimes and have other people hit you really hard, and you still have to finish your shot. But overall, playing in Brazil was awesome, and I really enjoyed that experience.
So obviously it's a little more physical game. Do you bring that when you go and play in Europe or Brazil or Germany? Does it change the way you approach your long-term vision of what basketball can or how it can be played?
Absolutely. And you know what? When I went to Germany and I saw how they run their club programs, they had U15, U13, U11, and all of them were tied very closely to the professional team that I was playing on. And when I saw that and I saw what we could do with the Edmonton Energy going out into the community and having the impact with basketball camps and tournaments and meet and greets and just finding ways to connect the professional game to the amateur level and the collegiate level and to more of a grassroots level, that's what I think has really helped the game grow so much in Edmonton.
You know, Andrew Parker joins us here on the Strudwick Show. It's funny you say that because I went and played hockey in Europe, and I thought the same thing. I mean, there'd be one program director for the 5-year-olds all the way up to the top team in the club.
Absolutely.
And, you know, he was in charge of making sure you check off the skills at different levels or work on those skills. And to me, that's brilliant. It's not quite obviously set up like that, and I don't know if any sport like that in North America, but it was a brilliant way, and it's funny you say the same thing now about basketball.
Well, you know what? I think, especially with these last World Championships and the Olympics, what we're starting to see is the game overall, Canada, Europe, we're starting to catch up to the United States. And because of that, I think that, you know, the United States game is watching that and saying, well, what can we learn from these European countries? Because they were able to find a way to do in the past 20 years to catch up to us. So what can we learn from them to make our game that much better at an intellectual level and a strategic level, not just at an athletic level? So, you know, for the way the system they had it in Europe was phenomenal. But now you're starting to see the United States, North America, people adopting their styles as well.
Andrew, you also coach collegiately at McEwen, and you coach at many of the teams in Emmy Lizard as well for the junior men's basketball programs. You know, these kids, you know, who do they idolize? Is it the top players in the NBA, or is it guys like Anthony Bennett and Andrew Wiggins, Steve Nash that are Canadian basketball players?
I think when it hits closer to home, these kids really they look up to those guys, Anthony Bennett, et cetera, and Andrew Wiggins. They're obviously going to fall in love with the Kobe's and the LeBron and idolize those guys. You can't not do that. But for them to see guys from the same country as them make it to that level, I think just having that connection with them, even if it's not a personal connection, if it's for them just saying, oh, he's from a province 3 or 4 down from me, I can do it as well, or I should strive for that as well, or I'm going to enjoy the game because I know who these guys are because I've been following them when I was young. And I think that's the trend that's going on right now, at least for me when I'm coaching at McEwen and coaching at Lizard. A lot of my Lizard guys really look up to the Canadian guys who have taken their game to the next level, and that's what they want to do.
I love that Andrew Parker joins us here on the Strudwick Show. I love when guys like yourself come back to the community and start, you know, helping younger players get involved in the great game of basketball or any sport. And it's no different now. You have the great Pride of the Northside tournament going on, I believe, in about 3 weeks' time. What's this all about, Andrew Parker?
Well, the Pride of the Northside was a community initiative started about 6 years ago where, me and some basketball players on Edmonton Energy, we just wanted to get out into community and to promote the game and to help kids in the inner city. A lot of tournaments in the city of Edmonton, we have incredible facilities to go to, but rarely do you see a tournament right in the heart of one community. And so what we try to do is transform the entire community and that venue into an incredible basketball event for not just the kids in North Edmonton, but for the kids all over Edmonton, north, south, east, and west, and surrounding areas, and Alberta, for them to see what type of street ball atmosphere that we have. I played at that street ball court 16 years ago to the date. And if it wasn't for that street ball court, I'm not sure where I would be, because it really allowed me to enjoy the game and develop a great passion for the game. So that's why I, at 31 years old now, really want to help out this next generation, because I think if we don't give them any time, or if we don't pay attention to those kids on the street ball court, we don't know where they will be.
Andrew, how is a 4-on-4 street ball tournament different than a 5-on-5 indoor gymnasium type game?
Well, this is the thing. It's similar to 3-on-3, and it's similar to 5-on-5, but it's just the bridge in between the both of them. So you have to be able to execute at least some screen roll actions, but you won't be able to run as fast and as hard as 5-on-5. So it's a perfect happy medium especially for the casual players who are 18 and over and just played basketball maybe 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years removed from it and just want to get up and down. It's not that strenuous on your knees, et cetera, and you're still able to get out there and shoot the ball and enjoy the game. And for our younger players, it's good for them too, because they get a chance to run, they get a chance to shoot, and they get a chance to play in a kind of a half court but a full court setting at the same time. Andrew
Parker joins us here talking about the Pride of the Northside basketball tournament going on 4-on-4 on August 16th and 17th. Dunk contests. I know one thing about basketball players. They're crazy good athletes, so there must be some amazing things seen in this dunk contest.
I was really surprised last year by the incredible talent from our younger generation. And I just want to give a shout out to some of our young basketball players. Gumi Paul, who went to Holy Trinity from Millwoods. Awak Piam, he's a Northside kid who went and played at Harry Ainley this year. Incredible player. They won the provincial championship. And Kiri Bogak from O'Leary, Archbishop O'Leary, he's another incredible athlete. They completely stole the show from our 18 and over slam dunk competition with what they were doing on our 18 and under slam dunk competition. These kids are incredible. I encourage everybody in the city of Edmonton to go and Google these kids, YouTube them, watch them play the game. They are just awesome players.
Is this tournament just for guys, or and what are the ages?
You know what? This year we've actually made a very, very, very big push for girls to get involved, because sometimes with the sport we like to, I don't want to say glorify, but we show a lot of love to our male athletes and because they can dunk and do all this stuff. But I've been watching the WNBA and I saw Candace Parker and Lisa Leslie. All these girls, they can dunk. They're fantastic players. And the Plouffe sisters here in Edmonton, they really helped inspire a lot of girls. So we want a lot of ladies to get involved with the game and get involved with our tournament. And they can just go and check our website, www.andrewgparker.com, and they can register there.
Andrew, one last one. You've been playing basketball a long time. Is there one fundamental skill that if someone has a young boy or girl at home playing basketball that they should be able to learn or do? Is there one, like in hockey, it's skating. I assume everyone can run and when they get on the basketball court. What's the one skill? Is there one skill that's fundamentally important to a basketball player?
Well, for me personally, I spend a great deal of time coaching my guys, especially Lizer, and they know this. It's pivot work.
Okay.
Because from the pivot work, you're able to decide whether you're going to drive left, drive right. You can establish your triple threat. You can shoot. You can do a reverse move. You can do a spin move. And not only that, being able to pivot from both sides so that you're able to actually drive with your left hand and dribble with your left hand. And that's the second thing I want to say is right now a lot of players are right hand dominant, but we want them to work on their left hand so that they can be multi-dimensional instead of one-dimensional.
I love it. Well said, Andrew. Good luck down there August 16th and 17th up at Londonderry, the outdoor courts. I'm going to try to come in on the 17th. I have a young son, and listen, I played basketball, but not at all close to the level you guys did, so it'll be fun to come see you. We'll see you down there.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see you.